Hey Taurus, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome back to my channel. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional holistic and spiritual counselor and mentor. Thank you. And I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. Now, let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Plus, let's see what messages the cards have for you about your person. All right. Okay. Right, let's go. Hang on. Let me just have a look at that. 1 minute, guys. Alright, so you were coming in with the Magician and you were coming in with the Chariot here. Just want to check something out here, guys. Alright. Okay. Well, what I get there, when it comes to your person here, Taurus, they see you as completely, I want to say worldly here. When you're coming in with the Chariot here in your reading. Alright? I just want to check something here, yeah. See, it talks about, here in your reading, it talks about your person learning from you, here. Learning more about you, here. By watching you. Now, with the Magician card, it can talk about a social media platform, alright? And it's through that. That's what it's saying here, where your person is gaining knowledge. They seek knowledge here. They want to know more about you. That's definitely coming in here. But it's coming in as here, guys, for your person. So how do I explain what I'm feeling? How do I express what I'm feeling here? And it's by way of you here, the way in which you do things, the way in which you explain how you feel here, how you think here in your reading, because it is coming in as, it's what I get with the Chariot card here is that they get what you say here. They definitely like what you say here. Yeah. It's the way in which your person sees you here, because they can connect the dots coming in with the Magician. It's that Magician card here, guys. That yeah. It elevates your person here. You know, well, It's when you watch someone who's quite knowledgeable, and they know this shit, they know it to a T, and you watch them and you're connecting the dots that that person is talking about here. This could be a motivational speaker. I just want to come in this way. Motivational speaker, and this person has great leadership skills here, and it's about what they share, the knowledge and information that they share, and how it connects, all right, to what's going on in the world. And so you're watching, but you can't you're still learning, and you're still grasping. You're like a sponge here, so you're soaking up all that knowledge and information. And so you've got to kind of study this person. You've got to study here so that you can connect it back to you. All right, you know that this person that you're watching is deep. They're meaningful because it's what they're saying here. It's the knowledge and the understanding that they're imparting here to you. Do you get what I'm saying here, guys? Yeah. And that's exactly how your person is when it comes to you. Yeah, of course, it can talk about the words here that you use. All right, guys, but what it also talks about here in your reading is that you can break it down. You break it down where it doesn't come across as too intellectual here. Yeah. Because what you say here moves your person. It shifts here the way in which they feel. So they definitely connect. That's what I'm getting. Here in your reading. Yeah. Ooh. All right. I need to look at some more here. Okay, guys? But it also says something about you here. The way that's changed. There's a shift here, guys. Where your person once saw you a certain way, but some kind of truth is coming in here, and that truth is coming in by way of your person's emotions and feelings. The Chariot card. See, it can also talk about here in your reading, your person's not trying to contain these feelings that they have for you, which they may have done in the past. All right, guys, your person is actually allowing these feelings to speak. Here, they could also be listening to these feelings. They could also be gaining a little bit, or well, a hell of a lot of, they know what these feelings are saying. Yeah. They're able to interpret that because of the knowledge here, guys. So let's keep going here. Thank you. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, so you're coming in with the Page of Cups. You're also coming in with the World card. and you're coming in with Lovers here in your reading. This is an obstacle and a challenge for your person. It's exactly what I was talking about here in terms of what your person is learning here. See, what I get with the Page of Cups and the World card, if I can just check something out here. Okay, yeah. What I get with the Page of Cups and the World card here for your person, it's always been about, I get no one's really been able to shift your person's heart space. No one's really been able to shift your person's emotions and feelings in this way. I do get that this is positive for your person, all right? With their emotions and their feelings here, guys, it comes in as, for your person, it has always been about sadness here, or maybe even betrayal, and that's what's kind of developed here when it came to your person, especially when it came to how they felt about people here, yeah. Their emotions that they had attached to other people here in your reading, okay? Now, coming in with the Page of Cups, what it talks about there in your reading is that that's where it kind of stayed for your person. Do you understand? Where it never really grew into true and real love here. It had always been at the Page of Cups, okay? Where it had been about those first initial moments your person got involved in intimate relationships and intimate partners here. It was about flirtation. It was about getting to know someone here, laughing, jokes. It comes in that way. All right, guys, and it's never really been about understanding their own emotions here. It was about, okay, this is how I feel, so I'm just going to roll with it. Yeah, I'm just going to, take the bulls by the horn, and I'm going to do it. And so what it can talk about there in your reading is that they've always kind of chosen people that were like that. Do you understand? Or they've always chosen people that particular way here, where it came in as that first initial spark here, all right? Because you are coming in with the Page of Cups here in your reading. But with that first initial spark, what it talks about there is expectations, that you expect it's going to be a certain way here. You expect the other person to be the person you've always wanted, yeah. And you develop that mindset. It can also be seen as illusions here in a sense here, guys, yeah, when it came to your person and even yourself here, that things are going to be, you are going to be with a person that's perfect here. You overlook the flaws. Well, you kind of can't see them in the beginning when you're coming in with the Page of Cups. Flaws, I don't know if that's the right way to say it here. Well, you see them with those rose-tinted glasses. Yeah. Oh, this is the person for me. That's what I'm getting with the Page of Cups and the World card here. So it turns, yeah, because it talks about here obstacles and challenges. Now I can break this down again for you, these three cards. That it has always been, it never grew into something solid here in your reading. And see, coming in with the Chariot card, what it talks about there is that for your person, that shift is kind of happening here, yeah, where they're slowly coming out of that Page of Cups here, and they could be actually taking it to that next level here, which could actually be the Knight of Cups here in your reading. Yeah. See, what it talks about here also, lovers, 1 minute, so you're coming in, yep. Yeah. See, that's the truth for your person here. is actually looking at these relationships that they built, whether this is friendship, relationships with family, and also intimate partners, and seeing, well, it's time for clarity is what it talks about here in your reading. And that clarity has to, well, it's about how your person initiated these relationships, how they felt about it, how deep were those feelings. All of that's coming in here, guys, yeah, because it never changed, coming in with the World card, but definitely wanted it to change. I spoke about those expectations. Now, yes, this could be both you and your person, where you gave a lot, but you didn't get that reciprocity back. You know, it wasn't equal give and take here. What it can also talk about here in your reading is that working through a bad situation, hoping that things were going to get better. That's all part of the World card here. Yeah, here in your reading, seeing the positive here, and like I said, it's coming in as that expectation that things were going to get better here. It's coming in that way as well. It comes in as also, see, with the Page of Cups, like I said, those initial feelings, that spark here that your person had, that flirtation here and that, you know, it just took your person on a high here, and you are coming in with the Page of Cups. Okay, so you revel in that, you like that kind of feeling. This is your person, and maybe even yourself here. Yeah, nah, cool, I've met someone, all right. But then it, like I said, with the expectations, it didn't kind of go that way, and so, you know, it's a complete low here, because that's what the World card is talking about. That World card here is talking about what your person actually went through when it came to relationships here. Yeah, of course you have the Lovers card here, but the Lovers card can also include friendships. It can also include work colleagues here, and family as well here in your reading. And so what I pick up here is that for your person, relationships, building relationships here, has always been a learning curve. It's the best way in which I can say it for your person. See, what it talks about there also coming in with the Page of Cups is that your person took it from a feeling. Okay, they built it from a feeling here, but that feeling never really grew into anything stable here, or didn't grow any bigger, is what it's saying. Maybe they never knew how to grow it, and you don't. All right, guys? Okay? Because what it's saying there is that it never really was about your person. It was really about other people and how other people made your person feel here. Okay? And what it can talk about there in your reading is that, well, yeah, of course, you don't know how to develop those kind of feelings within yourself here, because you expect, or you're under that assumption that this is love, but it's coming in as a perception of love here. I get, yes, your person went to seek love, the truth about love here, but they went outside of themselves to seek it, yeah, to find that truth. All right, coming in with obstacles and challenges. So let's keep going here, guys, and let's see what else, what other messages the cards have for you. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, so you're coming in with justice. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and you're coming in with the Page of Swords. All right, guys? And so what I'm picking up there in your reading, see, this is the potential outcome here. Yeah. You do have your person's attention here, but what I get here in your reading for your person, they're actually, they're looking at themselves coming in with the Page of Swords. All right, they're looking at their cycle, the cycle that they have been in terms of relationships. That's what it's saying. And it also comes in as, here in your reading, you know, the Justice card. Well, it's like the penny has dropped for your person. It's like they've connected the dots, that the way in which it was in the past here, coming in with this Page of Cups, that's why it was that way. Okay? That's why things went that way for your person. How things were. Everything that I spoke about here, guys. Hence why you're coming in with the Chariot card here in your reading. I get your person gets it. Because it's coming in as the way in which you explain things here, and your person is able to see that. That's what I'm getting. Alright, guys? Here in your reading. Right, one moment. I just needed to get a bit of lighting. Alright, guys? Apologies for that. The sun is just going down quite fast. However, let me get back to what I was saying here. Yeah, there is... This is coming in as a big realization for both you and your person here, okay, about how you saw relationships in the past and how you see relationships today. That's what it's talking about here. See, what I get with the Page of Swords coming in here is that that's not just your person. That the Page of Swords, in a way, comes, well, the Page of Swords lately has been coming in as other people. So there are other people that are watching here. But what it also talks about here in your reading, it's connecting the dots. That's what it's saying. People are able to connect the dots here. Okay, let me see what advice that I have for you. Everything that I spoke about, that's the connecting the dots here, guys. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me keep going here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you're coming in with the Nine of Wands here in your reading. Alright, so when you're coming in with the Nine of Wands, what it talks about there, alright, it comes in as, I got it too, diligence here, guys, endurance, stamina. It comes in as those kind of words here. All right, I normally talk about consistency, that conscious effort here in your reading, but that Nine of Wands here, it comes in as, I just want to check something here, guys. I get there for your person, that this is coming in as personal growth for your person, what they're learning here, what they're realizing about themselves as well, and also yourself here, coming in with the Nine of Wands. Yeah. I mean, that's really big for your person here, Taurus, and what it's telling me there in your reading, it's like I said, your person is kind of looking at what they've built here, but also why they built it that way. Yeah, with the Nine of Wands. Yeah. And that why they built it that way here, guys, is actually about a past, and I spoke about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in this reading here. It's that World card here, guys. Yeah. That how they've built relationships, why they built it that way, and what was it built on here. That's coming in with the Nine of Wands. Now, what I mean by that, or what they're beginning to realize and become aware of here, is that it's that, okay, so I've learnt that. Okay, I know that. It's about negative here, guys. But they're also using that negative to create positive changes. Yeah, it's like learning from your lessons here, so that they don't keep making the same mistake. I do get it is a challenge and an obstacle for your person here, because in a way your person has to take ownership here, okay, for what they have created, all right, but they also, and it is coming in as humility, ownership for what they have created, but they also have to be responsible here to create changes, positive changes. That's what it's saying. All right, guys. Okay. Wow, Taurus, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Well, thank you for watching. And I do appreciate. And I'll catch you later. Bye.